Happy day, children. Today we are going to see chapter 4, Structure of Atom. So in last chapter we have studied about atoms. We know that atoms and molecules are the basic building blocks. That is the basic material that is needed for the matter. Okay, so one or two more atoms join together to form a molecule. So the word atom has been derived from the Greek word atomio. It means uncuttable or it is non-divisible. So earlier it was believed that according to the Dalton's atomic theory, we know that atoms are indivisible. It cannot be divided further. Okay. But at the end of the 19th century, scientists carried out many experiments and which proved that atoms are divisible. So at the end of the 19th century, that is by 1900, it was found that atom was not simple, indivisible, but it contains a subatomic particle, electron. Okay, the electron was identified by J.J. Thomson. Okay, even before the electron was discovered, Goldstein found that there was the presence of new radiation, and that is called as canal rays, that is named as proton, and it has the plus charge, but it has opposite in magnitude, means proton means plus, electron means minus. Okay, so the discovery of subatomic particle led to the failure of John Dalton's atomic theory. So the discovery of subatomic particles like electrons, protons and neutrons led the failure of Dalton's atomic theory. Later on, various experiments have been performed by the scientists to know the structure of atom, how the electrons, protons, neutrons are discovered and how it is arranged inside an atom. So many experiments have been conducted. So protons and neutrons are present in the nucleus. It is concentrated in the nucleus at the center of an atom, whereas the mass of an atom in electron, it is outside the nucleus. The mass is very negligible. Okay, so the electrons are found outside the nucleus, so that we know that electrons will revolve around the nucleus in the fixed circular orbit, that is called as shell or orbit, that we are going to study in Bohr's atomic model. So now we are going to see Thomson's model of the atom. Okay, J.J. Thomson. So at that time, if you see, only electrons and protons were discovered. This J.J. Thomson model, other name it is called as pudding model, or if we can compare this model with a watermelon. Simple example, watermelon, the red edible part is there, right? The red edible part is like a proton. So the proton is spread all over the sphere. Okay, like seeds will be, if you see, it will be then and there, right? Like that, the electrons are embedded in the positive sphere of the protons. Or a pudding cake means the currents, the dry fruits, it will be then and there. Like that, it is positive charge is embedded. The positive charge will be all over. In that, the electrons, like dry fruits, the electrons will be embedded here and there. Okay, so according to this model, they are saying that an atom consists of the positive sphere in which electrons are embedded in it. So positive and negative, so overall atom it is neutral. But one thing, what is the drawback of this model is it failed to explain the electrical neutrality. So many experiments have been carried out by the other scientist, Rutherford. Next, we are going to see about Rutherford model. So before that, Chadwick in 1916, he found out the nucleus. Okay, sorry, neutron. So another subatomic particles, so which it had no charge, but it has the mass nearly equal to the proton. So it is named as neutron, because neutrons are present in the nucleus of all the atoms. So the symbol neutron is represented by the symbol small n. So how will you find out the mass of an atom? Atomic mass. That is the sum of protons plus sum of neutrons present in the nucleus. So it will give the atomic mass. So Rutherford model, the discovery of nucleus. So he took the alpha particle of helium. Why he selected the thin gold foil means he need the atoms very thin layer as possible. And he selected the fast moving alpha particles of helium that is having the mass of 4 mu. Okay, so what was his expectation? So when it is hit, the most of the alpha particles will be deflected because the alpha particles are much heavier than the atom. But the result was shocking to the scientist. So when the fast moving alpha particles are made to strike the thin gold foil, about thick atoms, 1,000 atoms thick, okay, but he explained that most of them will get deflected. But surprisingly, most of the fast moving alpha particles passed right through the foil. Some of the alpha particles was deflected by small angles. Out of 12,000 particles, only one get rebounded. It was a surprising result. So this is the alpha particle. He took the fast moving alpha particle. It is made to fall on the thin gold foil. Okay. So he expected that it will get deflected, but most of the ray it passed through it without getting deflected. So most of the rays it parts right to the without getting deflected. Only few were deflected at a small angle. Out of 12,000, only one get rebounded. It came back. So what are the conclusion? So based on that, most of the atoms it went particles went straight through the without getting deflected. So most of the space in the atom is empty, and the positive charge of an atom, that is the proton, it occupies only very little space. Okay, so all the positive of protons and the mass of an atom, it is concentrated only in a very small volume at the center. So most of the space is empty, so that the alpha particles pass right to the atom without getting deflected. So it shows the presence of nucleus in the atom. We know that nucleus of an atom is dense, hard. Okay, the size of the nucleus is very small if you compare to the size of an atom. So what are the drawbacks means, if the electrons will keep on coming means it will be attracted towards the nucleus. We know that if any particles is in acceleration, if it is in movement, it will radiate energy. If keep on radiating energy, it will loses its electron, it will come and hit the nucleus, overall it will be collapsed. So the stability of an atom, how it is revolving, it is not explained by Rutherford. Then the scientist called Bose, he told that. So this was the problem. So he told that the electrons will revolve around the nucleus in a definite circular path, that is called as orbit or shell. Okay, so while revolving, and when electron is revolving in a circular path around the nucleus, it will not radiate energy. So we know that atom is made up of three subatomic particles like protons, electrons and neutrons, and it is the first shell, second, third, fourth. It is n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, or we can represent it by K shell, L shell, M, N. Okay, so the maximum number of electrons can be found out by using the formula 2n square. So we know that electrons revolve around the nucleus in the fixed circular path called energy levels or shells. So the maximum number of electrons, it can be found out using the formula 2n square. Suppose it is the first shell, K shell. So 2 into 1 square, 2. So the maximum number of electrons the K shell can hold is 2. If you take the L shell, 2n square, 2 into 2 square, so 8. So the maximum number of electrons L can hold is 8. If you find out for M, it will come 18. If for N, it will be 32. So there will be no change in the energy of the electrons until it revolves in the same energy level, so that the atoms remain stable.